In this week's Throwback Thursday, we introduce you to how the Rio Grande Valley has unique ties to the Amazon.
Cameron County Historical Commissioner Gene Fernandez tells us the story of how one local college and ranch have changed jungle history forever.
The jungle. God, I love the jungle. All through the decade of the 70s, I spent the better part of 10 years in the Amazon basin. But while that was going on, I missed out on something, and that brings us back to our story. It was a place in northern Tamaulipas called Rancho El Cielo, a beautiful, beautiful bioreserve. In the year 1890, there was a Canadian who was a surgeon with the Royal Canadian Mounted Police by the name of Murdoch Cameron, who came into that area in northern Tamaulipas. He was so impressed by the beautiful nature of what he saw around him that he petitioned to the Republic of Mexico at the time for a land grant. And that land grant was extended to him, 6,000 square kilometers, mind you. By the year 1903, other of the Anglican colonists that were coming down into the area of southern Texas and northern Mexico started arriving, and there was one individual out of Oklahoma. He was a sheriff. He saw this land and he says, oh my God, I've got to start a colony here. He went back to Oklahoma and he gathered up a bunch of investors and about 50,000, and they bought a tract of land there. That was about 6,000 acres. They called it the El Chamal, just like the original land grant. By 1913, it was getting a little bit too intolerable there for some of the colonists, so they left, and some of them came into the Rio Grande Valley. The eventful point in this whole biosphere that we're going to talk about came when a fellow Canadian came to this part as a school teacher that was hired to the American colony there. And his name was Frank Harrison, 1926. He became very, very familiar with the area. He fell in love with all of the flora and the fauna that was there. And in 1936, 10 years later, he bought a tract of land, and that was what we call the mountain. That was Rancho El Cielo. Now, in 1940, by 1940, the academia started catching on to this biosphere that was there. And I'm talking about people out of Cornell, people out of the University of Minnesota, and it hit the natural world in a huge way with all that it had in its natural beauty. Mind you, it had, in academia, you could have pleased the botanists, you could have pleased the ornithologists, the herpetologists. This tract of land is actually classified as a cloud forest. The clouds would come flying through the little cabins that they had there. That's how high it was. In the early 50s, Frank Harrison became in contact with John H. Hunter, and that's when it really started developing. John H. Hunter was interested in bromeliads and gloxinias and all kinds of other amaryllis, the natural plants that were there, and of course Harrison was exporting this, and so they became friends. John Hunter went down there in 1953, and he totally fell in love with it, and from that point onwards, he started talking to the college. It was Texas Southmost College at the time, because he was on the board, and he says, we've got to do something about this, incorporating this in the studies of the college itself, and they did so. All through the 50s into the 60s, there were crews of students going down there, and think about the gift that they had. They saw nature, so that increased the ability to equate with their studies. It helped so very many young students. UNESCO of the United Nations deemed a portion of that, extended beyond it a little ways, as a natural treasure for the world. And so, therefore, it was protected by the Mexican government. Student tours and all of that activity carried on until about the year 2010. You had the legacy of Frank Harrison and John Hunter built strongly into this, and the benefit that it gave all those students, all of those decades, and the rest is history. For KVEO News, I'm Eugene Fernandez.